Hello and welcome to the Official Watches YouTube channel here at Jardin du Mayfair, heaven on earth for the watch enthusiast. I am so excited to be bringing you none other than a watch that has actually eluded me for a little bit. It's the 5711 1R. Now you might think that's crazy because we've had plenty in stock, but actually I was convinced that I'd already done this for YouTube. Turns out I hadn't, I'd got it wrong, so my bad, and here we are today with the 5711 1R. So you've probably seen enough Nautilus reviews for me to skip my usual preamble about it being Patek's answer to the Royal Oak and a watch born from the 70s era of design that was brutalist, and it has an integrated bracelet to boot. My favourite design all in one. Now suffice it to say that 50 odd years later, after its inception, the Nautilus is still at the peak of desirable sports watches, and in my humble opinion, rightly so. In any of its three-handed incarnations, it has Goldilocks sizing at 40mm, 8.7mm slim, and a lug-to-lug width of 48mm, including the end link. Compact without being small, suitable for most wrist sizes, and without further elaboration, one of the most comfortable watches you'll ever wear. This particular model, the 5711 1R, made its debut at Baselworld in 2006 and was discontinued in January 2022, ostensibly because Thierry Stern didn't want the brand's other creations to be viewed solely as gateways to the Nautilus. A bit of a tricky situation that had been brewing since the pre-COVID bubble of big brand sports watches becoming the be-all and end-all of watch collecting. I can see his point, but I don't like it, as it ended the production of the beloved 5711. And was a harsh lesson about why we can't have nice things. And this masterpiece in full rose gold is a very, very nice thing indeed. I will admit this, while its steel and blue stablemate is the iconic sporty one, this rose gold variant with an equally glorious smoked brown dial takes the sporty and shifts it to both opulent and elegant at the same time. The dial has the iconic Nautilus horizontal embossed lines, which are said to mimic the deck of a yacht, to go with the porthole of the bezel. The seafaring theme is everywhere, and that's why I love this watch so much. It features a genuinely drop-dead gorgeous gradient effect, where it shifts from a golden brown at the centre to a deep dark, almost black gradient at the outer edges, which makes it both visually very interesting and an absolute breeze to read as far as legibility goes. There's no clutter here to get in the way, and Patek have kept the dial deliberately clean and free of 67 additional lines of unnecessary text, which is superlative that and chronometer this. Move on. Keep it clean. Patek, you've done it correctly. The finishing of the case and bracelet alternates between polished and brushed, with laser accurate hand brushing along the top of the bezel. End links and outer links of the bracelet are mirror polished, and they look so cool. And the angles along the bezel with the center links of the bracelet shine outrageously. I cannot get that across enough. When this thing is on your wrist, you know about it. The bracelet is superbly well done, and the mix of matte and polish pairs perfectly with the angular design. Genta smashed it out the park, and that much we do know. It's gold, but it's certainly not too blingy or ostentatious. I would say that this is absolute class, and the additional weight of the precious metal means that it also strangely feels a bit more robust on the wrist. It isn't, of course, but gold weight does have a habit of adding the kind of mass that is really appealing when hugging the wrist. It's also a much warmer model, both in terms of wear, because gold heats up to wrist temperature much more quickly, and also visually, as the mixture of rose with its dark chocolate dial gradient puts you in mind of cigars, cocktails at sunset, while the blue steel Nautilus is still out there playing in the surf somewhere. Having made that analogy, it dawns on me that the word I'm looking for on this one is mature, which I think is a fair assessment for two reasons. It was a later addition to the line and offered crossover appeal between sports Patek and precious Patek, a twain that didn't usually meet. Precious metals are rarely where watch collections begin. They usually become a bit of an endgame piece once you've tried and tested plenty of designs and models and materials. You kind of reach the point where you think, I really want a top of the line lump of precious metal in that particular model, whether that's a Platona, a yellow gold day-date, a platinum royal oak, or a full rose Nautilus, or all of them. That's what I'd say. Now, trust me when I say this, the sort of revelation that tends to arrive at about the same time as needing glasses and preferring your own pillow, this thought that may make you groan, but honestly, it really opens up the watch options, and there isn't much better on the market, in my opinion, than a Rose 5711 if you're looking for that kind of classy feel. Now, would I pick it over the iconic and legendary blue dial, the OG, the GOAT? Truthfully, as I've worn both, yes I would, and I'll tell you why. It's because there is no replication for me of the feeling of a heavy set Nautilus. It's so clean, the design is so beautiful. I often do think that I get very spoiled doing this job. Of course I get to see some of the world's rarest watches. We've had the sapphire, we've had the ruby Nautilus, all these crazy things. They're worth 7-8 times what this watch is worth. But there is something about a plain rose Nautilus that is captivating. It captivated me. So I'd be interested to see what you guys think of it. Absolutely, the 1R is a winner for me every single time when you're talking about sort of value to Nautilus proposition. I feel like you get a lot for what you get in there, whereas of course the steel ones are extremely inflated. I'd love to hear your thoughts, guys. Thank you for joining me here at Jardin du Mayfair. Heaven on earth for the watch enthusiast.